it going, party people? How is it going? I'm Jack Nigadu. I'm here. It's Monday. Well, every one of you guys are here. It's Monday. And Monday sucks. It's been a long Monday for me. I don't know about y'all. Tim is still figuring out his life on this Monday, so we can see him on the screen. But he's here. What up, what up, what up, what up, what
You
up?
better
It's
believe
Monday.
I'm here.
It's Monday, and we are here. We are here. For all of you guys following us, I would like to remind y'all that we are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. And we are on Instagram. You cannot miss us. You cannot miss us. So I want to make it abundantly clear that you cannot miss us. If you anywhere you are, you can find us. So if you're following us now, there's only one thing we ask from you. If you're anywhere on any platform, we only ask one thing out of you: is
Share.
Share, like, share.
Yo,
The
man, all the
least,
peeps are here.
the only thing you can do for us, honestly, is
My
to like and
friends.
share. We
My friends.
are.
Guys.
We don't ask anything from you. If you're on Twitter, like. If you're on Facebook, like and share. Share it with your whiskey group. Remind them that there's two crazy people here that love to talk about whiskey, talk about people, and enjoy a good time. We are the number one show in the whiskey industry. That is from my own calculations. So, for those who agree,
I will fucking take it. I agree
can
with
I-
you on that one.
can I hear an amen if you agree that we are the number one show
Amen.
on the whiskey industry right now, because we talk about anything and everything. So,
Agreed.
John,
John's
thank
already
you.
jumping in.
Yeah,
John,
he's
appreciate you, bud.
John just started with. So today, I decided to start getting weird every time we start the show now.
Are you getting weird?
So the
You
way
doing?
I start
pouring a
getting
beer?
weird
You pouring a
is
beer?
I'm pouring myself one of those. I'm becoming one of those guys that have this is a double frosted jam smoothie ale.
I love that so much. That's amazing.
Look at that. Double frosted jam smoothie ale.
Okay.
You can't tell me nothing.
I
This
want
is
to
what
be.
I'm drinking today.
I want to be on a boat with that guy, and unfortunately, I can't. So I'll go down the weird train with you as much as I can. Press 1 in the chat for Bush Light. Apple.
Oh my God! You
Okay.
did not just say Bush Light right now.
Press 2 in the chat for Coors Light. Orange
Oh my
cream
God!
pie.
Did you
Which
just
one?
say you?
Which
You
one?
know what? Next year, Monday Sucks is gonna be sponsored by.
We got one. We got one for Bush Light.
we got one Bush Light.
Oh, we got one for Coors.
Okay.
Burn both.
Okay. I don't understand.
This is a collector's edition. This does not exist anymore. This is like drinking a unicorn. Matt said drink 3. Mix them. 3.
Mix
Drink
them
them both.
You forget that our audience is crazy. They'll make you do stuff you don't want to do.
Let's go over here on the live chat with the Facebook and the in the YouTube. Guys, 1 for Bush Light, 2 for Coors Orange. What is this? Orange cream pop? Orange cream pop.
Yeah, we are here.
Oh,
so if you have any comment, make sure you actually post your comment. So we can go ahead and
guys, come on. Am I just gonna pick it myself?
Give us something.
Help a guy out. Help a guy out.
Help a brother out.
Help me help you.
Help me help you, he said.
I'll drink Bush with you. 2, okay, that's 2 votes for number 2.
Yeah.
That's 2 votes for the Coors. They're both trash. I didn't say they were good. Did I say? I didn't say they were good. Shotgun with your shirt off. Hey, I will only shotgun with my shirt off if you donate money to charity.
Yeah.
That is the
we
only
do it
way.
Only for 2 things.
That is the only way I will.
My stripper days are over, but we will take money. Let me see here.
I could shotgun one of these. 5. You guys are just being weird, okay? I'm just gonna pick one and open it and drink it, okay? That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Marvel Whiskey's here. Son of a gun, I haven't seen you in a second. Welcome to the show, my dude.
Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. If you're here, you're welcome. We are here to actually give you the best thing that happened. If you're on Facebook, share this with your favorite whiskey group. If you're on Instagram, it's a party. We are here. And if you're obviously around here on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you join the channel. Make sure you become one of our members, and you'll always get notification starting. I believe starting next starting now on I believe on starting January. More I will be reviewing more bottles out there, giving you my sweet Rico Suave voice of it. If you're witnessing right now, this man just chugged a Bush Light apple, which is his
We gotta get the party. We gotta get the party going. Gotta get the party
his
going.
response to my weird double frosted
That looks
chocolatey.
That just looks great.
Look at that double frosted.
Hey Emily, remember when we were doing the show and you gave us a bottle to drink out of and I killed it? Yeah, that was fun.
All right, party people. So yesterday was Repeal Day.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it on twofold. Let's talk about what that means.
Yeah, so
and let's talk about your experience with the whole thing.
No, but again, it's Repeal Day for everybody.
No, of course.
So
but I'm saying for you were on this panel, right? Yesterday, or was that on Saturday?
No, it was on Saturday. So Saturday, on Saturday, Fred Minnick invited me to actually be part of the Deggy Word, which is a Repeal Day expo that he does. A lot of brands comes in. You go, so they pair you with a brand. So they paired me with Michter's. Andrea, their master maturation, the maturation expert there. What we were both on a panel, and we had a long chat about Michter's, and one of the things I wanted to talk about with her was tell us how, because it seemed like they were jumping on the toasted train. I wanted to try regular expression versus toasted expression.
Sure.
So we did a tasting of those two, and I wanted to know more about how is that toasting process going. What did they do to actually find those flavor into the toasted versus the regular version of these bourbon? Because obviously one of the number one thing that happened this year is their toasted bourbon. That toasted bourbon is very profile different than the regular single barrel or small batch bourbon that you buy from Michter's. So yeah, and the funny thing is every time I've asked, we do need that. On Facebook, somebody's saying that we need an Isla Monday. That is true. My goal is to be able to bring a brand ambassador from Bruichladdich, or we can have Art Beg on, so we can drink some Isla all night. So that's gonna happen next year. One of the things that I was very interested for is to know more. But one of the worst thing that happened is that there's not a lot to know.
Okay.
Yeah, Michter's do keep their secrets close.
Oh my god, dude. They are the fucking worst trying to figure out what they're about and what they do. They are the worst at it. Like, it's just they are not. No.
They and I understand, right? It's their right as a company. If they have a product, they don't want to talk about it. You like how it tastes, shut up and drink. Don't worry about how long we age it and whatnot. Which some people like transparency. Some people just love to have that transparency to go, hey, I want to know how long my product is, how long it's aged and whatnot. But the problem here is like, and is crazy. I wanted to ask so many questions on detail, mash bill, maturation, but it was more like, oh, is this and about this, but it's not really that because legally I can tell you.
Sure.
So it was, but the one thing I realized is that they put in more effort into this thing than we think. So while you're out
Oh
here
yeah,
truly
agreed.
trying to look for the
Agreed.
juice, chances are it is as rare and it made in small batch as you may think. Because if an average barrel give you 280 bottle, but their average barrel is giving you 115 to 120, that means it takes averagely what 2.5 times.
Sure.
2.5 times what you need to be able to have the production of others. So
I mean, I've
that's the
heard of
that's the one thing I've learned.
I've heard of plenty of stuff with them too. I have a friend who works for them, and he does tasting and blending for them too. And I mean, he's told me stuff that I can't even repeat, and I'm just like, why isn't this talked about? Like, why isn't this publicized? Why isn't this something that's more on the forefront so people can talk about it and learn about it?
Because it's gonna be weird, and a lot of people don't like weird.
No, it is. It's very.
I was in a conversation last year when someone mentioned something that happened at the distillery, and I'm like, okay, as somebody who likes this type of things, I want to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
But not necessarily everybody's like, oh, they're that strict, they're that regulated, they owned by lawyers, so obviously rules are important. So
they're also meant to be broken.
Correct. So
and Michter's breaks all of them. They break all of them.
So one of the things that I've just learned is that they keep their secret. They like it that way, and there's nothing you can do or say that will change it. They just love the secret. So if you love Michter's, you love Michter's. If you don't, you don't. That's simply it.
I think I really feel like across the board that's how we should start. We should start looking at brands, okay?
Correct.
Let's not overanalyze shit. Let's not try to go into deep dive. I mean, it's kind of how I feel generally about whiskey. Is it good? Yeah. Cool. Let's drink it. Did you like it? No? Cool. Move on to the next thing. Simple. Simply put. Like we don't need to do a deep dive.
Unless they're using children blood to make their whiskey. I don't.
Then we need to have a conversation. Then we need to call Hillary and the whole bunch, and we need to have a conversation. But no, finding out of all the details and the specifics about it is fun. That's awesome, especially when you really, really like it. You're like, fuck, I really like this.
I really want to know.
Why do I like this? That's
Correct.
when it's frustrating, right? When you find that one that you really like, and you're just like, yes, I like this. Why do I like this?
Tell me more.
Sorry. You're like, fuck. That's when it's frustrating. But across the board, man, if you like it, drink it. That's easy enough.
So that was one of the things. But the whole repeal day, yesterday was official repeal day. December 5th, 1933, I believe, is when it was.
You got it. You nailed it. Yep.
The one thing you guys need to keep in mind is that Fred said something that was quite interesting. Is that repeal happened, right? The repeal, the prohibition only happened because people were fucking up.
Yeah.
And that's something I believe on this show we don't talk about enough. Because remember, we are about people and then whiskey next or spirit next. So the one thing he brought up that actually kind of strike a little nerve with me was he said, keep in mind that everything that somebody in Washington is putting a rule on is because somewhere around America, somebody used their privilege and opportunity to fuck up something for everybody else, right? He fucked up something for everyone else.
Well, look at the Bottle and Bond Act. The Bottle and Bond Act exists because somebody fucked up. That's the whole reason the Bottle and
Correct.
Bond Act exists. Yeah, I stand behind that. Sure, why not?
So one of the things that we have to keep in mind is we are talking about alcohol and we are talking about drinking, but drinking responsibly, right?
Yeah.
Having some responsibility when it comes to drinking is also as much of a big deal as drinking, right? And a lot of people here is like, oh, drink responsibly, boo, boo, boo. And then you're like, huh. But the funny thing is, as you are actually drinking, you know, with as the nerd in me, I have to go with great power comes great responsibility.
Responsibility,
Right?
absolutely.
So the one thing I know is I never give good whiskey to someone who have ever had any problem with the law on driving, DUI, driving while intoxicated and whatnot, because your ass can't handle your alcohol. And I can never give you really good whiskey knowing that the truth is barrel proof. And I drink a lot of barrel proof. If you can't sleep at my place.
Yeah.
So
if you can't get your house in order,
correct.
We're probably not. Yeah, I mean, we can vibe together, but I'm probably not going to pour you any of the good shit. Like,
correct. But
you're gonna come
it's
over.
It's also about the person actually naturally being somebody who's responsible, because there is a thing about, like, I observe people when they're drinking around me, and I can tell you right now, the sure way of you not becoming my friend is not handling your alcohol.
Oh my god, dude. There's so many people in the 5 years that I've been in Louisville, the amount of people that I've had in and out of my space, and I'm talking my personal space where I lay my head. There has been plenty of people where I was like, you're never coming here again. You're done. You just cashed your check and you're fucking gone, bro. You're done.
It's like if I pay attention to you, and I'm talking about mean drunk. I'm talking about handsy drunk. I'm talking about I'm gonna tell you all my racist joke drunk. I'm talking about I'm gonna start pulling my dick out drunk.
Right,
I'm talking
they get to that level and they think that it's okay to be inappropriate.
I'm telling you, I'm talking about all sort of inappropriate shit. I'm talking about, you know what? We're all adults here, right? I think every controlled substance that include weed, right? And he even said that he even said that today. He said the law also is also capturing and holding people for the weed. That's why they can't legalize weed everywhere, because somebody fucked it up somewhere as well. But you have to understand that people used to smoke weed normally. They, it was casual. They didn't care. But laws and politics and all that bullshit, we're not here about politics. We're about responsibility, right? If you and I are smoking a blunt and drinking some good shit, don't pull your dick out.
Please
That's
don't.
on Jesus.
Please don't.
That's on God.
Please.
If you're a female, I appreciate you have great titties, but you don't have to show it out here.
No. Keep those locked up, please.
Keep it down. Sir, stop being handsy. Stop bringing all your inner demon when you actually have alcohol in you or have a little bit of a little hit in you. I said the only people that I can truly say I trust you is the people that when you're drunk, we can still have a good time as
in a conversation.
If you're sober.
Yep, 100%. If who you are is changed or skewed when you have booze in you, and don't get me wrong, who we are is gonna differ a little bit, right? You get a little alcohol, you get a little substance in you, it's gonna be a little bit different. But if it's fucking Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde, we got a fucking problem. We got a huge fucking problem. I will give you a fucking example, okay? When I first fucking moved here, I think it was probably the first year that I had been in Louisville, meeting people, inviting people over, having drinks with people. This dude came over, and he got fucking shithoused. He started fucking crying in my kitchen.
Oh my God. The
Started,
crying drunk.
and
That's the worst one.
I pull out my phone and I'm like, babe, get out here right now
The
and
crying
fucking
drunks
rescue
are
me.
why? You know what? I will tell you one thing. I'll be very honest. There is two. I understand that alcohol enhance your inhibition, right? That's what
Sure.
alcohol does.
Sure.
There's a reason why they're talking about, they talk about alcohol goggles, right?
Yep, beer
You
goggles.
see someone, they're ugly,
Sure.
you drink a little bit, they look attractive right now, right?
Sure.
There is such a thing as, it skews a little bit of what you see. You see someone, they don't look so attractive, you hit on a blunt a couple of times, they become beautiful all of a sudden.
Yep.
I understand that. But if you are waiting for all your childhood drama and trauma to come out, right?
What up, Chase?
To come out while you actually are drinking with me, sir, we cannot be friends. We can't.
So get this,
because,
right? So get this. So he's bawling in my.
Somebody said Jack is way cuter when after happy hour.
So dude is fucking crying his life away in my kitchen. Rebecca comes out. Dude, eyes advert to her fucking chest. And all he's doing now is crying and staring at Rebecca's tits and going, your wife is so beautiful. And you gotta go.
Is he also doing an ugly cry? Is he doing like
100
your wife is so beautiful?
100 fucking. You know what? He was never allowed to my house ever again.
Oh
and I ran into him. I ran into him on plenty of events around town, and the same thing would happen. He would get shithoused and start crying. And this is in public. God. This is in public. He's doing this.
Like, brother, you need therapy.
No,
that's what you need.
You're done. You're done. You're gone. Nope. Not fucking with that.
Like, you know what? I would tell you right now, and I know it's one of them weird ass things, but it's one of them weird ass things. So Matt is asking, so who exactly whipped their penis in Jack's basement? The people. I need names.
We need stories and names. Let's go.
So I will tell you one thing. So we all adults here. This show is not for kids. I have to repeat, not for kids.
Drinking is not for children. Go to sleep.
So it's rated R for keep your mouth shut. So first time, right? Someone looking for blood. So I'll tell you one thing. Very weird thing, right? First time ever. I've played with the marijuana, Miss Mary Jane.
Okay.
So it was an environment where this person that I knew real well. We were involved. So we had this thing where we will actually we would do risque stuff, right? Like,
sure.
Like, hey, let's go have sex in your parents' basement or some crazy shit like that. Or
let's go out to the cul-de-sac and roll around in the hay.
Correct.
See what happens.
Like, let's see what your horse think of us actually doing it on the hay next to him. Like some crazy shit like that.
Sure.
So the funny thing is, the first time, she's like, hey, I know you really against all these things and blah, 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 but I really want you to do this with me and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I'm like, okay. I'm like,
I know you're really against summoning the devil.
This comments are getting weirder and weirder. I don't know what's happening. Like, I can't even read this story because it's crazy. But anyway, let's go. So,
what up, Kimmy?
What's up, Kim? So we are literally are like, she's like, okay, my brother brought me this thing. It's gonna be so cool. Blah blah blah. So mind you,
anytime. Hold on. Anytime that you're with the opposite sex or the same sex, if that's the way that it
You
goes,
go.
right? Whatever. And it starts off as my sibling brought blah 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 blah. Fucking run.
So funny thing is like, is that
Fucking
my brother
run.
bought this thing. It's really good. I've done it before. I know you really entice this thing, but you really need to actually try it, right?
Nope.
Now,
Done.
mind you, I'm the alcohol guy. So
Lock me up.
so
Let's go.
so what did I have that day? I had some port because she liked port wine. I introduced her to port wine, so she really liked it. And I was drinking Woodford Double Oak. That's what I was drinking.
Oh, okay.
So, and I would tell you at that time, my tolerance wasn't as good as this one. So I'm drinking my little Woodford Double Oak. I'm sitting there, and she goes, okay, you take one, and I take one. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. And I'm like, well, what do you call this thing? She's like, oh, they call edibles. And I'm like, oh,
You
okay.
done. Game over, man.
So she gave me this piece of chocolate. And I'm like, oh, it's cool. But they live like a little bit outside of the city.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. We used to do weird things like let's go do it on a head and see what your horse think of us. Some crazy shit. But so I and mind you, I'm the only black guy in town too. So you know it's bad.
Yep.
So
Let's
I'm
go.
I literally I take this chocolate and we're drinking. And she goes, like probably about 15 minutes, she goes, did it hit you yet? And mind you, this is my first time. Like, did he hit you? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm cool. I'm normal, right? I'm good. This is all about responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you something about responsibility. Then, mind you, it's like one of those ranch houses, right? Ranch houses. So ranch. So you get out and you see like they're literally facing major like a country road, right?
Yep.
And then across the country road, then you have the horse barn and all this stuff.
Sure.
So funny thing is like, did he hit you yet? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm looking at him like, you know what? This ain't shit. Like, this ain't shit. Like, from what I see in the movies and all these things, like, so she's like, oh no, it's like it's not that. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, give me another one. And she goes, are you sure? I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Give me another one.
Fucked up.
So she gives me another one, and I go, okay. I go, and I'm sitting there about 15 more minutes, and then she's like, did he hit you yet? I'm like, no, because I'm literally sitting on we sit like on a love seat. I have her drink, I have my drink here. I'm drinking, right? I'm drinking, and then I look at her again, like probably about 30 minutes. I'm like,
she's like,
okay,
did it hit you yet?
No. I'm like, your brother lied to you. This is not nothing. I'm like, I used to work at a gas station. People will come in, I get contact high, like my head is like hurting me or something like that. This is nothing.
The chat
and I'm
the chat right now is fucking lit.
It's
We have to go
fire.
back to this.
It's
we
fire.
have to go back to this and talk about it. You guys.
So I turn around, like Tim said, like DJ Khaled, I turn around, I go, another one, right?
Yep.
I go, you know what? Fuck this. Let's give me this two. If he gonna hit me, he's gonna hit me now, right? Are you ready? So I took 40 mil at that time.
Oh, you're fucked.
So what happened is I went to stand up to go pee.
Done.
Right? And then it felt like there was a hole in the couch.
It was like this. A page turned, and you were high. And then you were higher, and then you were even more high.
No, dude, wait. Like, you see how I'm sitting like this, drinking my drink, and then I went to stand up, and then it felt like right under my asshole, there was a magnet right under my asshole that pulled me straight back into the couch and dipped my whole bottom. And there was like a succubus just sucking through my asshole. trying to pull me into the couch. So I'm sitting there doing this. Like every time I try to stand up, like this shit is like sucking my ass down. So I'm sitting there just going, okay. And she asked me, "Are you okay?" I go, I'm fine, but this couch is so deep. Am I that short, right? I'm looking at her, I'm like, am I that short? She's like, what you mean? I'm like,
is deep.
she's like, my I'm like, my asshole is being sucked in by this couch. I can't stand it. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, like I can't stand up. Right? So I'm sitting there trying to stand up, but I can't. Right? Please say something.
Sucking my ass one more time.
No, I'm not even joking. So apparently it's called being couch locked. That's what it means.
Yep.
I learned that later. But what happened at that time is that I'm sitting there. So what I had to do is, because in my mind it felt like there was a magnet sucking my ass down. What the genius thing that came in my head is like, you know what? I'm just gonna break myself off of it, and then I'm gonna lay down, and then I'm gonna scroll military style. And if you try to pull me down again, I'm just gonna lay on the floor and roll over so I can actually just get away from that magnet. Right? That was the whole plan. So next thing I know, I turn around and I try to push myself down, and I hit my head straight down on the ground. Right? And I'm rolling myself down, and literally now I'm on the ground and I cannot stand up. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, this magnet got my ass. My legs don't work. I got a military style curl myself, but I need to pee at the same time.
Hashtag ass magnet.
So I'm literally going down, and I'm literally just crawling to go to this bathroom. According to her, it took me she said it took me probably 40 minutes to walk probably 5 feet, crawl down 5 feet. Because every time I actually was walking around, it felt like my ass was being pulled back by the magnet. So it just is this thing that kept happening, right? It took me, like, I peed facing the toilet. Like, because I just couldn't make it backward. Right? So it's one of those things where now you're in somebody else's house, right?
I can just picture you backwards on the toilet, going,
sitting on it, because my legs don't work, right? And then I laid down, and now is like probably somebody tapping you, going, "Hey, stand up, and you're sitting there going, "I want to, but I can't."
But I can't.
Right? And you're going through this thing, and next thing you know, is like it turned from this thing sucking my butt, my ass down, to emptying my stomach. So I'm like, oh my God, this magnet took everything I ate out of my stomach. I have like a hole in my stomach. I'm so hungry. I wanted to die. Right? So it's like, now I am so hungry, I want to die. So I'm literally crawling down, eating everything I see in that place. Right?
Voodoo.
Tell me why I never actually spend the night at anybody's place that I'm
There you go. That's why.
Next thing you know, my pants are on my ankle. I have food all over me. It's 6:45 or 7 o'clock at night. The parents walk into the house.
It's 7 o'clock.
because they had brunch or something that they had to go to. And next thing you know, that's where you know you ruined your
That's
image
when
with
you know
people.
you fucked up.
You
If
fucked
it's
up at that
7
moment,
o'clock,
right at that moment when I
it's
opened
7
my
o'clock.
eyes. And we were talking something that happened like at 9 or 8:30, 9 o'clock the day before. So 12 hours later, you ruin your whole image, right? With somebody, the first time they meeting you,
You're the
your
reason
dick is
prohibition
out,
exists.
right? Your dick is out. Your pants are on your ankle. You have food all over your face and places that cannot be described. And you are literally looking at them like, what the fuck y'all doing here? And it's like, oh no, this is their house. Just to tell you guys about responsibility, meaning if that guy was a legislator today, he's never in his life going to allow any motherfucking buddy to actually try any drugs in their life at all. So first impression is everything. So when you come to somebody's house and you have an alcohol or you haven't any substance, you have to have a sense of responsibility to say, hey, if nothing else, I have to keep my best behavior while I'm drinking to make sure that I'm still somewhat sociable around people.
Yep.
But I'm like, I will tell you one thing. I've had times where I'm like, okay, I'm drinking amongst people. I'm like, you know what? The responsible thing here is for me to go to my car and lay the fuck down.
Sure.
Right? Because you just have to remind yourself that you have more to lose after having alcohol and that thing clear out of your system than right at that moment. Right?
Yep.
Where you are having that much of a good time. When you pull your dick out, or you take your shirt off, or you think you twerking, that's the other thing. You twerking on somebody else, or you're, like you forget that you're somebody's wife, or you're somebody's parent, or you're somebody's. Those things is like, calm down. I will tell you one thing. One person I thought would be that way, and this is honest God truth. One person I thought would be that way was Morgan, because her comments always choose violence. I'm like, if Morgan drink too much, her has to be the first white woman I know that was trying to spin all around this chocolate right here.
If Morgan drinks too much, she pieces out. She goes, "I drank too much." Bye.
Exactly.
Like
the funny thing is, Morgan was the first person.
Done.
She was the first person, literally, that said, by the time we were drinking, we got to a certain point. She's like, okay, look at Ian, and I can tell you, Ian is a champ. Look at Ian and go, you know what? We need to get the fuck out. We out.
Yep.
And I haven't had so much respect for her than right at that moment. I'm like, okay.
Last time she was in town, same thing happened. She goes, hey man, I'm out, drank too much. And I was like, oh, okay, bye. Like, Morgan, you know how to party. I will give it to you, but you also know when
Here's
to hang
another
up your
thing.
boots.
Here's another person y'all cannot drink with. I have to warn all of y'all. Don't drink with Jolie. Jolie will drink all of you guys. Any man here, she will drink y'all under the table.
Yep.
That woman will drink y'all under the table. Like, Jolie is the one who was holding
her
husband like, hey.
So Afrikanza, right? Okay, Afrikanza. Afrikanza happened. Everybody afterwards came back to my house. Jolie was the last. Jolie and her husband were the last fucking people to leave, and she was still drinking.
I'm telling you,
I was like,
you can't
my
drink
ass
with
is gotta
Jolie.
go to. Nope.
You cannot.
She'll fuck you
that
up.
woman have an iron liver. You can't drink with her.
She posted a picture this week of her and I in my bar, and I was like, don't remember it. Don't fucking remember that shit.
So I will tell y'all right now, for us not to have more repeal, because repeal, prohibition can happen again. It can literally, legally happen again.
It could.
One of the things you guys need to remember is that with repeal day, as we are talking about it, everything is about responsibility. Drink responsibly. There's a reason why some company will spend literally millions of dollars to remind you guys to drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
Because they want to be able to still sell their alcohol. That's the only reason why. So if we're going to have a good time, let's have a good time. But please, party people, let's do it responsibly. Know your limit. You can't handle it. It's cool. You're not a pussy. You're not weak. You're not different because you don't like to drink till your ass can't breathe no more. That's not true.
That's fine.
You want to have a good time and lose your motherfucking mind? Do like me. Have a whole damn bar. That's it. And even then, you know, one of the craziest thing that people don't understand is, one thing that people don't understand is losing control, right? Right. I heard somebody say, it take a split moment of losing control for your whole life to take a different trajectory.
It's true.
It happened when you get a woman pregnant. It happened when you drink too much.
Yep.
It happened when you actually end up in jail. It happens when it takes just a split moment.
It takes for your paradigm to shift like that. Literally. Don't fuck up, man. Don't fuck up. Get your shit together. Clearly my shit's not together, but I ain't trying to go nowhere.
Correct. So I would tell you, right now, there's so many laws around alcohol. As somebody who's an insurance agent, I've been an insurance agent for 13 years now. I will tell you one thing. Do you know the number one cause of DUI between the month of November and February?
The number one cause?
Yeah.
No.
People drinking too much and then keeping their car on to warm themselves up while they're trying to take a sleep.
Oh, sure. So, okay. This is the thing in California, too. If you're at a bar and you were too fucked up to drive and you decide to sleep in your car, put your keys in your trunk.
Correct.
Because if your keys are in fucking reach or they're in
the ignition,
guess what? You're fucked.
That's a DUI.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't know that. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna slip it off," and you're like, "No,
sleep it off." But put
you
your
cannot
keys
have your
in
car
your
on.
trunk. Put your keys in your trunk.
And the reason why those months are actually very, very important because it's cold outside. So a lot of people will actually warm up themselves.
Yep.
By just trying to stay in their car and then sleep. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, I got a DUI. How? Oh, I was warming myself up in my car trying to sleep. Cop woke me up, and next thing I know, I have a DUI.
Yep. Put your keys in your trunk. If you're being responsible and you're too fucked up to leave the bar or wherever you're at, please open your trunk, put your keys in your trunk, close the trunk, and go sleep in your car.
You know, the funny thing, the weird thing that people don't know about me is that I love having a good time. I really do. And I love having fun with people. Like I'm talking about people give me energy, right? Being around people is a thing. But I'm the number one person that actually hate people at the same time. In a sense of, if the energy and the dynamic change right away, I'll be the first person that's actually going to say, man, I'm out.
Yeah.
And for that reason, here's some rules that I have. If I'm too drunk, I'll park and I'll take an Uber. Everybody knows that one. But the number one thing is, I'm rocking out in my hotel room with my cock out. I travel with my own alcohol. The reason why is because I don't intend to drive somewhere to have a good time. What's up? What's up, Malt Muser Whiskey Review? Thank you for joining. I travel with my own alcohol.
Keep it going. I gotta use the restroom. So
okay.
I will
Funny thing
be
is,
right back.
I travel with my own alcohol. It's like a rule for me. Anywhere I go, if I'm taking a bag, doesn't matter if I'm flying or not, I take one of my favorite bottle or two of my favorite bottles with me. Reason why is because I will stay in my hotel room and party by myself. I'm listening to music. I got my USB cable. I'm plugging my computer to the TV. I like to stay in a group and just have a good time. I will tell you right now, I'd rather actually end up in a secret camera that was recording me as a, what do you call it? As somebody having a good time in the hotel room that actually been out there getting a DUI or getting a fight with someone or whatnot. I'm like, no, I literally will just have a good time in my hotel room. And I don't need anybody to have a good time. I'm listening to music. And for anybody that is a parent, you don't have any kid just asking you a question, asking you to do anything. You sit there butt ass naked, amazing food from DoorDash. You got you drinking as much as you want without anybody saying, I ain't gonna do anything tonight. Are you gonna ruin anything tonight? Like, no, I'm starting with some wine. I'm moving with the. So my favorite whiskey when I'm actually traveling, I take with me always an island whiskey. So you'll see me take with me a Buna Haven, or I would take an independent bottler Isla, and then I would take with me always a bourbon, Castor and bourbon. And I have this weird thing. That's when I used to be in the game. That's when I used to be out there in the streets. I will always have a bottle of wine with me because just in case I get lucky that night, it's like, hey, what's up, baby? You want to have some wine? Yeah,
Clever,
je parle
clever,
français.
clever,
Here's my little wine. Let's
clever.
wine together.
Like what
But
elderly
but I'm
Joan
safe.
said.
I'm in my environment. So I don't try to be something that I'm not. Yeah, brown chicken, brown cow. That's what it is.
Yep,
So I never want to find myself in a situation where they go, oh Jack, blah blah blah. I have more to lose outside of this
yep.
than actually do anything. It's the same thing, it's one of the same reason why when I was younger at the club, people were like, okay, you see all this girl talking to us and blah blah blah. What you going? I'm like, nope, I'm out. It's like,
I
oh,
will tell you this. Okay, if you are in this industry, okay, on any platform, okay, if you're in this industry and you get a fucking DUI, guess what? You're done. You are fucking blacklisted. You don't get to work for anybody. You don't get to work for any distillery. You don't get to work for any brand. If you fucked up, guess what? You're done. Game the fuck over, man. Goodbye.
that's true.
Don't fuck up. Okay?
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. So I know usually when we come here, we all having a good time. We all talking about how much we can drink, how much we can have. But let's turn this
Yeah,
opportunity
let's flip the
to
narrative. For
to
sure.
to actually understand that the only reason why prohibition happened to begin with is is that people were not being responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Mm-hmm.
turn this thing into a positive thing. Let's use the repeal day to remind ourselves that we do need to be responsible. We do need to drink responsibly. We do need to actually try our best to always keep in perspective that there is so many ways to be safe. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's be safe. Let's keep it. I can tell you right now, if more people were being safe, even smoking weed, even doing crack would be legal. But it's because somebody decided to take a shit on somebody's car on crack, and somebody said, you know what? That's what happened, right? Somebody decided to pull their dick out in the middle of doing it and be like, oh, he's on crack. Okay, yeah, we can't do that. We can't let
Can't do
everybody
it.
down, man.
Illegal.
That's
Can't
it.
do it.
So you have to start understanding that you responsibility is everything. Responsibility is everything. You want to drink, you want to have a good time. First, I would tell you right now, I only I only tell people all the time, drink around people you trust.
Mm-hmm.
Drink around people you trust. So they will be honest enough to look at you and go, hey, guess what? You've had too much. Shut the fuck up. Go to
Yep.
sleep.
Yep.
They'll be honest enough with you to say, you know what? Drink some water, try to lay down. You want to throw up in my back. Those people, those non-judgmental people that love you just the way you are. But it is about responsibility. Don't end up in situations that you did not ever intend to be. We all
God.
here, right? We all here have a career. We
Yep.
all have a career. It doesn't matter even if you own your business, you still have a career to protect.
Don't fuck your
Last
shit
thing
up, guys.
you want is being in the mugshot with your dumb ass face looking around saying, oh, I took that last shot of whiskey that I shouldn't have.
Yep.
Who the fuck cares, dude? No one is gonna judge you around here. You drunk, you
Yeah.
drunk. Just look at your friend and say, hey, dude, I'm fucked up, man.
Yep.
I'm fucked up. What we do, dude, sleep here. I will lay you an inflatable bed. We good. Good. So I would tell you right now, I'm 100%. 100%. Let me see, somebody's asking a question here.
You guys more Scotch guys or bourbon guys?
This will make this team work. It's more Scotch for me and more bourbon for
We are. I will say we are a great combination of both. You're more Scotch forward with some
yeah,
bourbon, and
yeah,
I'm more bourbon forward with some Scotch. That's why we
absolutely,
work. That's why we work.
100%, 100%. So, guys, we are using this opportunity just to remind y'all that Repeal Day is perfect. Your 291 is coming. Your 291 is coming.
Oh,
So
yes,
for all
it
of you
is.
guys, for all of you guys that are here, our barrel pick is here. It wasn't just a picture. It is here for all of you guys that actually sent me a message or not. Yes, your bottles are ready. They're all ready to go. They're all the way set to go. I will tell you right now. We are maybe about 6 or 7 bottles left. Everybody want a bottle, and I'm
Ooh.
telling you right now, a lot of people that actually I had a test group here yesterday of 9 people that all tasted it. Adam, Mike, if you hear, they all tasted this bourbon, and 2 of them are not rye people, and they literally tasted it and went, "Holy shit, holy shit!" That's all they said. So I will tell you right now. I know Tyler, your bottles are here and ready to go. We did an excellent job with this one. OJ, your
We
bottle
did.
is coming.
Knocking it out of the park.
If you signed up and you didn't get a DM from me, make sure you DM me for your bottle so I can actually make sure that I have everybody with their count. For all my Patreons, this is your 3rd month in. So all the Patreons are getting their hat, they're getting their glass, their special glass that I have. They are getting their shirts, their pins, and everything else. Every Patreon is getting all their stuff also sent with their bottles. So
Yeah. Woo, woo.
I just want to thank all of y'all again for believing in what we do, for believing in Monday Sucks, and all the people that are supporting Monday Sucks. We truly try our best to stay to stay true to the community, to stay true to what we do. Um, and I just want to make sure that we are Morgan. Morgan, why can't I take you
Fuck
nowhere?
you, Morgan. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know why I chose that even for it. It's just, you know what, Morgan, I can't
Leave
with
it
you.
up to Morgan. Leave it up to Morgan.
Leave it up to Morgan to actually
God
just
bless. God
lose.
bless.
But I will tell you right now, I'm truly proud of what we've done
Same.
this year. I have a post I'm gonna make. So many things happened this year that I'm so proud of, and it will not happen without y'all in the community.
Yep.
There are so many people to highlight that are always behind and supporting every single thing we do. I can't even.
You know what's funny, Jack, is that I tried to do a post like this, like an end of the year post, and like tag everybody. There's not enough fucking tags to tag all the people that have been here for us and that support us on a regular basis. There's not.
There
There's
is.
not enough posts. There's not, guys.
There isn't. I will tell you right now. I went through and look at people that actually, even the people that actually on my Patreon. Tony, if Tony, are you here? Put an F in the chat if you're here. I've been trying to get hold of Tony for a week now. He's working harder
Tony's still
than
here.
anybody I
Tony's
know.
still here.
Tony,
still
put
here.
an F in the chat. You haven't commented yet. If you want to, you are a Patreon, and you're the only Patreon that didn't say if you won
There he
your
is.
one bottle. Like every Patreon claimed their bottle. You're the only one that didn't say anything, and that's why I have a lot of things to talk to you about. I've been trying to talk to you this whole week. You've been working hard. I want to make sure that I talk to you because these bottles are flying fast. I want to make sure that all the Patreon at least
Yes,
get.
I want that bottle.
So, what's up, King? I want to make sure that every Patreon get their bottle. I think I have all the Patreon in the bottle. Tony's the only one that did not say anything. So yes, I know now, but we do need to talk to make sure that we actually connect because next Afrofusion is in DC, and this one is going to be a movie.
Guess what? We both gonna be there.
Everybody's going to be there.
We both gonna be there.
So I will tell you right now, this bottle that is here is a rye. Is a rye bottle. Char 4 level, 15-gallon char, 44 bottles yield. Is what do you call it? It is 130.2 proof, proof, 65% ABV. The notes on that are literally cinnamon, toffee. Somebody told me today that they can smell Christmas in it, like pine needle, ish, like smelling like a fresh Christmas, like those candy cane of Christmas in it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's the note that are coming with it. I will tell you right now, and you actually will have a sticker that reflect the most epic moment of Monday Sucks, which is the day we did the chip challenge. And I can tell you right now, that moment
It was the okay. So in almost the 2 years that we've been doing this show, it's the only moment where you were like, I'm out. And I had to like carry the show by myself.
Yeah. No, dude, I almost died that day.
Only time you ever dipped.
Yeah. I almost died that day. I totally did die that day. So I did not I was like, I'm not gonna put my life in jeopardy here. It was just terrible. I hate every moment of it.
Stacy wants a full-size poster of that label.
Yeah. So I'm Stacy, to have that label, you do have to actually get a bottle. And you apparently, Stacy, you don't have a bottle. You're not part of the group. Stacy. I will tell you right now, is one of those things where I truly believe that barrel that I did see God that day. That day when we had that chip challenge, I truly saw my soul leave my body, like leaving my body. Like I had to say, hey, brother, come back now. Come, we're not dying today.
You know what's funny is there's still a challenge that has not happened.
Oh no, I'm not doing that. I saw the devil already. He showed his ass. I'm not doing this.
The death nut.
No.
Here's the reason. Okay, guys, I will tell you right now. The only reason I haven't done this is because I'm not going to do it by myself. I need somebody to do the death nut challenge with me, okay? I have, where is it?
The only way I'm doing that shit is if I have a 2-gallon of milk sitting next to me. I'm not going to do the whole 1 minute resist thing. Nope, that's not going to happen. I'll do it with you, but I'm literally, I would need like, sucking Satan ass is
This
true.
is
That is
okay.
what
This
happened.
is next level. Okay, level 1. Okay, level 1. Carolina Reaper and Chocobutla.
That's how you
Level
start
2.
level 1.
That's how you start level 1. Carolina Reaper and Chocobutla. Level 2. Carolina Reaper and Ghost Pepper. Level 3. Carolina Reaper and 7 Brain Strain Peppers.
Why people like violence?
Level 4. 2 times Carolina Reaper and the
Nah,
7 pot
nah.
peppers.
If I'm gonna do that,
and
if we're doing that, I'm doing it. We have to do it for charity. It has to be a huge one,
I'll do it
and
for charity.
we need to raise at least 10 grand.
I will. Okay.
That
I will
night
get
because
behind that.
I'm not gonna die.
I will do this for 10 grand for charity. Okay, here's the next thing. Level 5. Okay, guys. Level 5. Ready? Here we go. 2 times Carolina Reaper. 2 times Scorpion Peppers. And the crystals of 13 million Scoville units.
No,
Look at this right here.
the devil's a
Right here,
lie. I'm not doing
right
it.
down here on the bottom.
Hell no. Nah.
Let's go.
Why? Why?
10,
The real
10
reason.
oh,
The real question is why.
$10,000 for charity? I'm behind that.
$10,000
Let's
for
go.
charity. I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't know if I'll make it to that number 5, but I'll do it. I'll do it.
That's our next charity raffle. Okay, I will tell you right now. I will send you. Okay, I'm gonna send you. I have 2 of these.
All
I'm gonna
right.
send you. I will throw it in your boxes of all the stuff that you have. By the way, started boxing it up today. I got you. I'm gonna throw it in there. Okay. The next charity raffle that Jack and I do. Okay. We hit 10K. This motherfucker is gonna
I'll
get
tell
broken
you
out.
right now. That thing was terrible. It was, oh my God. Like, I don't know how people eat. Like, I'm African and we don't even eat that spicy level. That thing was made industrially and ready to kill people. But for
Yep.
charity, I would do it. We took our shirt off for charity. So I think I can eat spicy food for charity.
So let's
But
work
if
that
I
out.
die, I died for a good cause.
We'll roll
That's all
that.
I'm gonna
We'll
say.
roll that into the end of the year special, right? We could
We can
maybe
do that.
we can figure that out, right?
You know, so far, I'll have to say one thing. So for this year, Monday Sucks has raised as a whole, I just realized that, about 15K.
Mm-hmm.
We did about 3.5 for Tiffany with her thing. We did 9 for
Mino.
for Mino. What else? We did another. I had a list of it.
There was one other one too.
Yeah, we did another one too. So
guys, how great is that, guys? Seriously, like this last charity thing that we did, the fact that we reached the milestone that we did because of you guys, it wasn't just us. Yes, Jack and I did some dumb shit, but
it was for a good cause.
The dumb shit that we did.
Somebody put me in for a Kentucky Colonel, please. I've done my part.
Same. Let's go.
I've done my part.
I want to be a colonel. But seriously, guys, like we would have not got there if it wasn't for you. So, yes, it's awesome, but you guys are what makes us awesome.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
You guys have donated. You guys have donated. You guys have done your part. It's one of those things where I can't, we can't thank you enough for what you do. Like I said, I come every Monday here and I say the same thing. This will not be Hood Sommelier, Single Barrel Snuff, Monday Sucks will not be without y'all. It really won't be. So the follow, the like, the share, the support. You know what? Y'all are our family now.
Yep.
John will tell you. John Embellish Podcast is John. I told you this story before. John came into town, and I told everybody, you come to Omaha or you near Omaha, I'm telling you right now, there's no fucking way you're not stopping by the bar if you're a supporter of Monday Sucks. Because there's some people that did stop in Omaha and they're like, oh, dude, I really want to come to the bar. And I say, oh, good for you. We'll plan something. Why? Is because you are not somebody who truly believe in what I do. So you only want to do this for the clout. And that's not what I'm about. So, but everybody that support us, yeah, I said my guest room bed is yours and the basement is yours. You want to drink something, we'll drink it. You want to try something, we'll try it. I don't care what it cost me. We will try because you believe in me as much as I believe myself. And
Yep.
for all of you guys who don't know me personally, and I know Tim feel the same way, we talked about this before, is people may not like you.
Yep.
People may not even love you. But the person that believe in your dreams and want to give you an opportunity to be successful, that person is as a level of your God.
Yes,
So I
sir.
tell people all the time that somebody believing in your dream as much as you do and want to give you an opportunity to succeed through a post, through telling someone about you, introducing you to someone, pushing your content, doing whatever they can, participate in activities that you do, that person is your God. So every single person that I know that help push my content is my Patreon, is actually all my patrons have an immediate route to my basement. They're anywhere in Omaha. They always have access here. Doesn't matter, bar none. You just come in, you point and you drink. That's it. Because you've earned that right. Period.
Mm, mm.
Anybody else is great that we're friend on Instagram. Great that we good. But if you're not someone who support what I do, you're just another lurker that is looking around. And I want to make sure that you are actually supporting anything. Oh, Morgan knows. Morgan knows. Morgan knows that Morgan and Ian. Actually, I will let Ian come in the house. I'll keep Morgan outside. She, I will pull out a bottle
Let's tie Morgan up outside,
yeah,
and the three of us can party.
yeah.
Ian,
We
you,
will.
and myself. We
Yeah.
got this.
We'll just leave, just like bringing a dog some food. We'll just take some bourbon, some one of these bookers, and just put it right next to her. Like, okay, honey, you got your bookers, and you'll be just fine. You just stay here. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Actually, one of the fun thing will be actually me and Whiskey River 66 have almost every booker all the way back to whatever. Whiskey River actually have a bigger collection of bookers than I do. But funny thing is, I like to see people like Morgan and say, "Hey, Morgan, guess what? We are going to make you walk through bookers. Every single one that you never had, we'll have you try." Like for me, that's like pleasure for me. Like seeing someone pilot discover something new that they really wanted to try, like give me ecstasy.
Yeah, sure.
Like no, like what was it? Mike is in the chat. Mike came yesterday. He's like, I'm starting getting into this Isla. He even fucked it up. He's like Islay. I'm like Isla. He's like he's like he's like he's like yeah. He's like I'm getting into that. I'm like oh. I say brother wait. Have you ever heard of Octomore? He's like what? I say brought it out. Have you ever had this art bag? It's like no. I'm like it's one of the kind, but have it. It's like well, have you ever had this Bruichladdich? No. Have you ever had this Bunahaven? No. Oh, as a matter of fact, I have a special uh, independent bottler that did a one of a kind 140 proof Bruichladdich. You want to try it? It's like, yeah.
Mm.
He just sat here all night going, I just don't want to impede. I don't want I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up and sit down and enjoy your drink. He's in the chat, he will tell you.
Yep.
And I've known this man forever, but he never even came to my place. But for me, that's truly what it is about. It's seeing people's face
Same.
and just looking at them going, oh my God, you just opened my world to something so new that I cannot help myself. But you like you
the
and love you even
reason the reason that I do this and the things that give me joy, same page, bro, is when I invite people over and they walk into this bar and they go, holy shit. And I'm like, and here's the thing, I'm not even close to the level that you're on, right? But the fact that anyone can come in this bar and go, holy shit, and I go, yeah, man, drink whatever you want. Okay? The bar is open. If the bottle's open, let's go. If it's not open, let's have a conversation about it. And then let's open the bottle.
Where does Morgan find all these sentences? Morgan, stop it. You stop it right now. You go to bed. You done. Anyway,
I had a fun night tonight. I did that blind Four Roses limited edition tasting, and then Brandon and Sean kind of hung out for a little bit, and we started opening bottles. Let's go. Let's open some bottles. Let's hang out. That's the fun stuff, man. Like opening bottles with really cool people.
I would tell you right now. I would tell you right now is one of those things where, honestly, I'll be very honest and say that's probably one thing I'm going to enjoy after everybody's comfortable being around people. Like I want to invite, Morgan, you, Matt being here already, but just to actually have a time, like have my goal obviously is to have a Monday Sucks live in my basement, limited to 10 people, and we're gonna have a show here. Everybody's sitting down here. We're gonna have a show right here, just like we have in your basement, in your bar. So people can actually.
I almost had that show today. So Rebecca, Sean, and Brandon were hanging out right before we went live. And then they were like, oh, we gotta go. And I was like, oh, I was so close to having that live show of people hanging out while I was live. But yeah, dude, I'm so about
Wendy, you know you invited. You ain't even need an invitation. You always just have to tell me, are you home? That's all you need to. Wendy's African, so she knows better. We don't. So there's this thing in Africa. This is not wisdom from Africa, but there's this thing in Africa. If someone has to tell you that they're coming to visit, they're not your friend.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because they're literally are coming to visit. So if you're not home, you're not home. They use their own gas to come see you. If you're not home, you're not home. But if they're truly your friend, they're like, hey, dude, are you home? Yeah, I'm home. Okay, stop by. Because you got nothing to hide to your friend. Aloha. But it's one of those things. You have to tell me you're home. But tomorrow, I am gonna have wisdom from Africa. And I'm telling you right now, this one's gonna be a doozy.
I have to say, I kind of hate you sometimes for having these. Since I've been on this platform, I've always wanted to have like this cool niche of where like I could welcome people in and give some advice. And you motherfucker, you fucking motherfucker. Yeah, I just kind of hate you. I love you, but I hate you about this much.
It's one of those things where you just, I wish I was. I tell people, and that's why I'm not jealous of anybody. Is I would do my own thing, regardless of if it's great or not. Wisdom from Africa just came from me sitting around literally with friends, and I was literally trying to tell people something.
Yep.
And I sat here and we were just talking like, you know what? I should put it out there. We need more wisdom out there. So tomorrow one is going to be a doozy because he's going to make everybody think about their daily living. And they be like, this motherfucker here. Tomorrow one is going to be going to. Tomorrow one is always a lesson in life that you got to keep in perspective. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. So it's one of those things that I truly believe that is normal, is natural, but It makes me different. Oh, yes. So
A
Tesu,
day in the life. A
so
day in the life of
that's my
ignorant. Yep.
podcast.
Yep.
I like to call it my secret podcast. Uh, that's where you get to hear me be an immigrant to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
That's my podcast. Tesu and I took a break till next year. He moved out of Nebraska. He's now in Arizona. So
Oh
he
wow!
is.
I didn't know he moved.
Yeah, he moved to Arizona. If you listen to the last episode, most people that listen to it know that he moved. He
Oh
moved to
shit!
Arizona. So we want to find a way to actually record properly
Sure.
so we can actually have it because we are thinking of having it on Facebook on YouTube and also on the podcast as well. So that's the goal. That's far. So for all of you guys here, yeah, I think we did our part for tonight. Sometimes I feel like we don't need to elongate this show more than we need to. Are you going to end this
Let's.
tonight?
I'm not sure yet because
Okay.
I'm pretty fucked up, and if
Okay.
I'm going to industry night, it's gonna be in a taxi or
So
an Uber or a Lyft. But
so we
hey,
have
let's.
announcements.
Yes, that's where I was going. Let's get that moving. Let's go.
So we have announcements. So next week, I need you guys to find all your mictors and get yourself ready. We may actually just do Instagram only
Okay.
on
Okay.
next week,
Okay.
depending on
Okay.
how much he can do, Dan can do. We are having Dan McKee, the master distiller of mictors, on the show. So Dan McKee will be on the show. We are talking mictors. So next week is going to be mictors that we haven't on. Are you ready? Even
Following
better.
week. Following week.
The following week, I'm gonna dust off my cowboy hat, and we going to Texas. We going to Texas. We gonna have some Garrison burgers right here in Texas, right there in Texas.
And
So
then the week after that, guys, this is the show that you want to sign up for, okay? So from going forward from now until the 27th, we're going to have the award show that we had last year. But guess
where
what?
I was wearing my pink suit that everybody made fun of. I'm looking at you, OJ.
This year you guys get to participate
Correct.
in the awards. It's no longer it's still going to be Jack and I, right? We'll be setting up the things that you get to vote on, but you guys get to be a part of it this year.
We're
So
gonna we're gonna probably think of some clunky award to give.
for sure.
You know the award of the whiskey that fucked up the most all year. The award of the comeback kid award. We're gonna think of all the crazy things to actually give things out there. And you're either gonna be speedos or a suit. I haven't decided that yet. So
But guys, keep your eyes peeled to both of our stories because we're going to start posting the things that you can vote on for our award show that we're going to
did,
do on the
did
27th.
Forgate and Blue Run steal all our money this year? We don't know. We will know on the award ceremony. That's really what it's down to. So we're also thinking of a way to make it interactive. The most hype yet, the most overhyped bourbon, the bourbon that sucked the most this year. We are going to go. The most innovative. Out there. We are doing it. So the goal here is to make sure we keep you all entertained. Yeah, you get to vote if we. I'm not gonna let you vote because if I let you vote between speedo and suit, I know exactly how that's gonna end up. I know exactly how that's gonna end up. So y'all ain't gonna trick me like that. So, but that's really it. Do you have any announcement for the people?
We've got some really cool stuff going forward for 2022. Um, Inadvertently, I've been running into brands and distilleries. So 2022, look out for brands and distilleries that you might not have heard of before. or it might not be on your radar. That's kind of how we're gonna roll 2022. Is stuff that's not on your radar. We want to put it on your radar because that's kind of what this show is to Jack and I,
Literally.
and this industry is putting stuff that's on your radar that might not have been there. So
Right.
that's kind of what we're pushing for 2022. Really working hard on getting the calendar booked for 2022, so Jack and I can kind of just sit back and coast and let the
Relax.
let the calendar do its work.
Who got the new who got the new BTAC yet?
I sure shit didn't. Got to try some of it, but sure shit don't have a bottle. But yeah, that's the goal and the plan for going forward for 2022. And if we can get all our ducks in a row, there's gonna be more live shows on location.
Yeah.
Of places. So we'll fingers crossed that everything lines up the way we want it to line
And
up.
the goal here is to get what do you call it? Jack, aren't you best friend by friend meeting by now? I see where he can get it. You know the funny thing, here's actually one a funny thing. This industry is weird in a lot of ways.
Mm.
And the way it's weird in is that you know people, right?
Mm.
And you get to the point where you actually have you guys always get me started. I'm gonna let y'all live. I need to pee and I need to eat. So we're gonna push this to next week because if I start talking about shit that is wrong in this industry, we probably gonna go on for a long ass time. So I'm just gonna keep it G and just say I know Fred Minnick, I know his number, and that's about it. That's what I'm going to say. Not everything seem like what you think it is. That's what
Sure.
I have to remind people.
Sure.
Things may always seem a certain way, but not always that way. If there's something that this industry will humble you on, is that you think you actually are popular and are great, and then somebody's gonna remind you that no,
You're not. You ain't.
They will not give you an opportunity. They will not. I have people in this industry. I will tell you right now that I thought we were cool, and I will call and I will go, "Hey, I think this idea would be amazing." They'd be like, "Oh, Ray, dude, I kind of like this idea. I'll get back to you on it," and then they never do. And then they will turn around and do
use
some
your
dumb
idea.
shit and use your idea, and they won't even call you and give you credit for it.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where I will tell you right now that you can, it's okay. It's okay. However it goes, but things don't always. Not people are always ready to give. Not people are always ready to selflessly give you an opportunity. They won't. So the people that are owe, and I would definitely say in this industry, are not the people you even may know or you think you even know. The people that actually say yes, Jack, or yes, Hood Sommelier, I like what you're doing. I trust you. I'm gonna put my money. I'm gonna put my mouth where my mouth. The people that actually, I'll tell you right now, and I'll be very 100% honest with you. The people that paid me this year, I got about 6 or 7 checks from doing what I do here. The people that actually wrote a check to my name in this industry, you guys won't even believe those were the one. The people that you guys praise here and jump up and go, "Oh my God, y'all are so cool and are so good," is literally all for show.
Yep.
But the only reason why no one comes out and just say, "Oh, shut the fuck up, you're just here for the show," is because somewhere you have a look, and that's my personal opinion, you have a little bit of hope that they will eventually do better. Or you have a little bit of hope that, you know what, they're maybe just doing this because they don't know any better. There's a lot of people that I see online that they'll post something. I'm like, I want to call them out. Like, you're full of shit. You truly are full of shit. Or you only doing this for your own benefit. You don't give a shit about anybody. You really don't. You really don't give a shit. But somewhere you just sit down and go, oh, I can choose violence, but what really is that going to do for me if I do? What is it gonna bring? Is it really gonna make a change? Is it gonna
Sure.
make a difference? If the
Right.
answer is no, and these people are gonna still make their money, these people are still gonna be praised by the community, it doesn't matter. So somewhere I call it Berlin Wall. I go, okay, I'm just gonna stay here and let you do your thing. I hope that you know better, but you only get one chance with me. I tell everybody, you get one chance with me. If I ever ask you for your phone number, I ever ask you for your email, and I take a phone and I call you and say, hey, appreciate what you're doing. From my perspective, you're doing well. Here's my free idea to you, or my free intention that I think this is will get you better. And you take it and run with it. Don't come back and say, hey, you deserve credit or payment or something for this. Or you don't do anything about it. Guess what? I'll be like, okay, noted. Noted. That's all it's gonna be. Noted.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
means that next time you show up somewhere, there's some brands that we haven't interviewed here, but that's because they shitted on their own breakfast.
Yeah.
They fucked up a long time ago. So it's like, okay, I'm glad you're doing okay, but we will not have you here. So this just to say that we truly do love you for everything you're doing. It's I cannot thank you all enough. And I don't know how team feel, but I can't thank you all enough. You all are
Right there with you, man. Like
always.
we wouldn't. I say I feel like I say this every week. We would not be. I mean, I've kept a pretty hard look as far as Instagram Live goes on the people that have been in and out of this show, and consistently we've had 30 people watching us
Mhm.
this entire fucking time. That's monumental for Jack and I. Those
Correct.
might be small numbers, but when Jack and I started, there was like 5 people watching us
Correct.
for our entire show. And now we're on 3 platforms and 30 people watching us consistently on Instagram Live. That doesn't even count for the other 2 platforms.
Correct.
So I am super thankful and uh yeah, I can't give props enough to all of you that are watching this on whatever
Every single
platform you're
person that
watching us.
actually follow us or watch the recast, you know the funny thing, they're not even from our areas.
I know. I've noticed. I've
People from
noticed.
Nebraska, I will tell you right now, in Nebraska, there's maybe two people like religiously that watch it, Tyler and Mike. The two
Yep.
watch it religiously. But Whiskey River, you don't count because you're my brother. You just come in. You always here. You know what's up. But the people that are watching us, that are supporting us, they're not in Kentucky. They're not in Nebraska. They're outside of the city. So people are like, oh, why you want to do something? You always do it outside of the city, or you don't do it with us. I say, because you guys don't fucking support anybody.
Seriously.
I'm in
Seriously.
Nebraska. I'm literally in Nebraska, right? Every time I actually will put anything up in the Nebraska site, people that come like it are maybe in the Nebraska group, but they're not even from Nebraska.
I get more support for what I do on this show and what I do in my bar from people that aren't even from here than
Correct.
I do from people that are from here.
Correct.
And the amount of people that are from here that support me
Correct.
don't.
They don't. In your own town. Oh, Jeff, you don't matter. Jeff also is close to me, so he doesn't matter. Jeff, you're fine. Jeff is a teacher. I don't expect him to be up at this time. He's ready to deal with all crazy kid when he wake up. So I don't even expect him to be up. I'm talking about the people that actually really just to be like, oh, I'm a whiskey guy and I know everybody in the thing. Them same motherfuckers be like, we'll see you in like at a raffle at a place.
Yep.
Hey, hood man, blah blah blah. Like eat a dick.
Yep.
Eat a dick.
I have more connections and friendships on these platforms with people that aren't in my vicinity than anything else. Like
Instagram made me want to move. I'm not even joking. There's two places Instagram made me want to move to. One is DMV.
mm, mm,
Two is Colorado.
mm.
Instagram made
Colorado.
me want to move there.
Colorado made me want to move to yeah, Instagram made me want to move to Colorado.
Another place that I'll move to because of Instagram, weird as hell, weirdly, is Washington State.
Yep. I'll back that one too.
It is one of those weird things that you go, what? How are you? Like, think about it. Stan in Atlanta, right? Stan in what do you call it?
Alaska.
In Alaska. Stan, every donation we did in 2021, I would say about 25% came from Stan outside of our normal thing. 25% came from Steve, Whiskey River 66. Rest came from us, and probably about 5 or 7% came from Morgan. Everybody else done it, but I'm talking about people that actually will call you and go, hey, random number, dude, I'm just calling you to say, are you guys doing another fundraiser? I'm like, Stan, what are you talking about? He's like, are you guys doing another fundraiser? I'm like, are we gonna do one? He's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll send you a couple bottles you can use for the fundraiser. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. And this man doesn't know me.
Right.
He doesn't know me. It is really weird. And I was like, you know what? If nothing else, you give me the ability to believe again in people. And I will be the first one to admit I'm terrible. I am terrible at like sending shit to people and whatnot. Because funny thing is, I'm better as an in-person, but because I shit you not. Even the people I love get on my case all the time. Like, how do you love us so much? You do all these things for us, but like you don't like proactively think of things. Like I would tell you right now, Bourbon Jeepers, a Wendy, what do you call it?
Embellish, Tiffany,
John,
Whiskey
all
River.
These people.
Yep.
Send me a message like, hey, dude, do you need something? I'm doing this.
Emily.
Bourbon, Emily. Those people be like, go do. And I'm sitting there going, like, I sat there one time, like, oh, you know what? I should probably send it. Even Jolie. I'm like, I should probably send this to this person. But then I said, I'm like, oh, that's stupid. I'm not gonna send it to them. And I'm sitting there going, why don't I just do that? You know what I'm saying? But that's not me. But if today the person called me and say, I need this, I'll be like, okay, right here, ready to go. You go. What's up, brother? So it's one of those things, you know, I know my personality. So if somebody need, and I always tell this at the end of any message to people, if you ever need anything, make sure you reach out. I'll tell you one thing. I'm terrible at the reading between the lines. But if you ask me for shit, I fucking guarantee you that if I can do it, I will go above and beyond. Because they say friendship is not proven in a good time. Friendship is proven in the hard times. And that's where I get to show you how much of a friend I am. And that's on Jesus. Anything else to finish tonight?
Let's wrap this up and go about our lives.
Guys, if you're here, this is Monday Sucks. If you don't follow me, you don't need Booker's Morgan. Shut up. If you don't follow me, make sure you follow me. Right now, we're on Twitter. Hood Sommelier on Twitter. Hood Sommelier on Facebook. Hood Sommelier on Instagram and YouTube. More video coming soon. More review coming soon. Tell the people where they can find you, brother.
on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Single Barrel Snob. I'm there. You're there. I'm there. Let's hang out. Let's have a good time.
I'll
Single
tell you
Barrel
right
Snobs.
now, I'm never afraid of anybody reaching out to me about anything. There's a few people here that I will tell you they send me messages all the time.
Please,
I drinking
please.
bourbon, they'll be like, "Hey, I want this, I need this." I owe people so many samples. I don't know where to start, but I rearranged my ball right now, so now I know. So if I owe you a sample, no, not you, Morgan. If I owe you a sample, make sure you reach out to me.
But yeah,
And
guys, please send us messages. If you have a question on something or an inquiry on something, or you need some help finding a bottle, or you're overpaying on something and you're not quite sure, seriously, Jack and I, send
if
us
we
your
can find it,
message.
we'll find it. If we know people that find it, somebody reach out. I think it was
We
like four
got you.
months ago, and say I've never had Stag Junior before. And I'm asking everybody, and Steve was like, "Well, I have one. What's up, Kojo?" It's like, "Well, I have one." I'm like, "Hey, oh yeah, as this guy has one, he can get it to you at this price." It's like, done. I said, "Steve, please send it to him." So I'm overpaying on my Patreon. No, Patreon actually get direct access to what they want. So shut up, Morgan. You are my butt plug anyway.
Everybody, we love you. Thanks for stopping
and
by.
anybody.
Thanks for
We
being
love you
here.
all. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being here. Next Monday, remember, we have grab your bottle of Mictors. It's going to be a
Come hang
movie.
out. It'll be fun.
And the following week, if you have Garrison Brothers, if you live in Texas or if you live in anywhere in the South and you got your bottle of Garrison Brothers, it's going to be a movie. We're going to have a good time. Make sure you jump in. For all of you that are here, I have to clarify something. A lot of people actually are confused that I'm African. I actually am. I'm African. And also, I speak French. Je parle français parfaitement. But when you listen to me speaking, people are like, "Oh, we didn't know you're African." I actually still am. So if you're here, you African, you're watching this show, trust me, I'm African. I still speak three of my native language. I speak French and English. All of it. I'm in it. So don't be shy. Come on, come learn about whiskey. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next week.